How wounds from the past can impact your day-to-day life. Since I'm doing so much energy work on clients, on myself, I also still find things, old wounds from the past, which is affecting me in my day-to-day life. For instance, only 3 weeks ago, I found out that when I was young and my sister got sick, oh no, she has like diabetic. And that was when I was around 8 years old. When I was 8 years old, my brain in that moment perceived that when the attention went to my sister instead of me, because my sister was sick, that I was not seen, that I was not important, that I was not enough, that what I have to say is not important, you know? And I knew these things already from way before, and I've worked on them quite a lot. And in previous relationships, for instance, I never could communicate openly. I normally shut my mouth. I didn't say anything until I hit the limit and I threw a bomb onto my partners, okay? So I cleared that up a lot. And the last partner I had a massive improvement already in communicating. I was very happy with how I saw myself and what my actions were and everything. And just 3 weeks ago, from that same memory, I found out that my limiting belief, my trauma, actually, my wound, was that I didn't want to take up space, to not be a burden for my family. Let's go back to when I was working in a hair salon. We were around the 7, 8 colleagues when we started, and I liked that. I didn't want to be in a very big team. But when the team grew, I was like, I don't want this. I don't want to be in a space with a lot of people. And that had to do with like, I didn't want to take up space. I normally saw everyone doing its job, selling this, selling that, and I just watched and I didn't do anything because I didn't want to take up space. I thought I wasn't important enough. I thought I didn't matter, you know? From the hairdresser going on to real estate, same story. When I started in a real estate company, when in my second or third year, I was in the real estate company. We were a team of 7. And I always had said like, oh, I love smaller teams, you know, I don't want to be in big teams. So the company grew and I started to feel overwhelmed. I start seeing the WhatsApp groups. People are chatting with each other. People are talking, taking on listings, selling things together. And I kept quiet. I didn't say anything. I didn't want to take up space. And by not taking up space, I saw everyone. I mean, I had success, of course, but now I'm talking about more the last year of real estate. I saw a lot of people having success, and I didn't see that success with myself. And it's like a negative spiral downwards, right? It's because of your limiting beliefs, because of your wound, of your trauma from past life, you are also keep saying, I'm not a person to work in big companies. I'm not a person to this. I am more introvert than extrovert. So you are reconfirming that negative belief, that trauma into your system until you're starting to be aware of what's going on. For me, the not wanting to take up space, same again happens in, or happened now because I changed, in the VIP community via my business coach. We and like again, it's all the same. We started in a VIP WhatsApp group with, I think I was the 6th person who was in the group. Up to like, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, there were almost 25 people. The more people I saw coming into this group with questions and struggles and this and that, sometimes celebrations, and I was just doing nothing and I watched them. without like saying to myself, okay, you can open yourself up, you can share your wins. If you have a struggle, put it in the group. You are paying for this group. Why are you not using it? Because what I told my business coach, I said, yeah, when I see all these messages in the group of one day, sometimes it could be like 50 unread messages and people all want your attention. I said, I'm thinking like, oh, poor Hannah, that she has to respond to all these people. She was like, yeah, but it's my work, it's my job, and I'm not at my cap yet. And this exactly comes from the wound I have with my family, that I didn't want to feel a burden for someone else by taking up space. I've done some clearings on it, some EFT tapping, some RRTs, and I am more open in the community. I reach out to clients more. I just feel so much better. It doesn't feel as heavy as it used to. So even doing, it's like this kind of work, the energy work, is like hygiene. You need to shower frequently, right? Because if you don't shower for 2 or 3 weeks, it's like people don't want to be next or close to you. And with energy, it's the same. If you don't do energy work on frequent basis, you cannot like decode traumas or wounds from the past to clear them up. So we are gonna have to do this for the rest of our lives. But like this, we become better people, and we are better for other people as well. And it's just, we help ourselves the most with it. So for me, this is super important to do. And if you want a helping hand, I'm happy to help you with a session. We can go over your struggles, your challenges. I like to say more challenges than struggles. Try to find like a core limiting belief and then clear them up through energy clearings, even if it's like an inner child healing or an EFT or an RRT.